Hi, so welcome to the live stream. I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will speak through me and give messages according to who's listening. So he'll be tuning into all your questions, dilemmas, anything that's relevant to know in this moment. Um, yeah, so just before starting, just to let you know, I do have one-to-one sessions available, and that can be accessed via my website, and all the links are in the description. Also, ongoing groups, and also 5-minute messages. So if any of you have questions, just like a particular question, or would like a general 5-minute message, they can be ordered via the website as well. And also we've got various audios as well, on different subjects, that can be purchased as well, that go into transmissions and clearings, on different issues, subjects. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. I would like you to know that what I'm seeing at the moment is that energies are very much about going forwards in ways where you are very much in your higher self connection. So, for this reason, you may feel a bit like there are things to process and clear in order to keep going forwards consistently. I also would like you to know that there is no such thing as really needing to be fully in your higher self in order to go forwards, but it is about being sufficiently aligned to your higher self so that you are able to be guided, make progress in this way. The reason I'm giving this message is because sometimes there are discrepancies between you and your higher self because there are things that you are processing. But as long as there is sufficient connection, you will keep going forwards in life. It may even be the connection is a bit like something that comes and goes, and when it is there, you can make progress. And when it is not quite there, you can clear energy and get sufficiently connected to go forwards. I also would like you to know that there are things going on in all of you which mean that you are able to actually go forwards in life. And by this, I mean that you are all having the right type of energy at the moment about being inspired, having all kinds of thoughts, ideas, being the sort of people who are very focused on taking your lives forwards. So, what I'm actually saying is that when you are inspired, when you have ideas, it will most likely be given by a much higher part of you. So, it is good for you to be in the frequency of actually receiving what you are really going into in a way where you are feeling that there may be something to it. So, for example, if you keep having a certain thought, idea to go somewhere, do something, then do it. Do not automatically dismiss it as simply a flight of fancy, that there is something to it. Because at the moment, your higher self is very active. It is very much about really being in one way or another in the frequency of helping you to go forwards in life, helping you to actually create something more solid and tangible on earth. The reason I'm saying all this is not in any way to make you feel that you have to go full steam ahead, but just be open to what you receive. Be very open. Be in your higher self and be in the frequency of just allowing what comes through and being with it in a way where you are able to actually work with it. And it may even be that some of the things that come through are a bit like things that will take time to actually do. But it is good for you to know that ultimately you will be able to go forwards by following your inspiration from your higher self. I also would like you to know that there is a lot going on at the moment around being able to really be in your higher self and actually go into repairing connections with people. So it is a time of renewal, of repair, where things which have been broken are able to automatically be renewed. And what I see about this is that there is always going to be something going on around things that do go wrong on earth, not for any reason in particular, perhaps because there has been some misunderstanding, something that has not been communicated well enough. And there will always be a time where things which have gone a bit wrong for a reason which is not really to do with anything deeper, but just an earthly misunderstanding, miscommunication, mistake. There will be a time where these things can be repaired very fast, and that is because energies change a lot on earth. They are always moving, and because of this, it is like there will be periods where this is done collectively by all of you. And when this period arrives, it actually means that there will be automatic reconciliation. So it is not about really having to do anything, but just allowing this energy. I also would like you to know that because of this, you may feel a bit in need at times of really just being with yourselves. Because when this sort of energy comes in, it does also bring up energy in you. So if there has been a miscommunication, it may be that you, in the time of repair, you start going over things which have happened and start realizing that something has been misunderstood. And then, as you realize this, understanding comes in for the other person. Because as you clear your own energy, perhaps feelings you have about being misunderstood, being seen as someone you are not, then this energy is released from you. It goes into the ether and then it brings something in that repairs the relationship. So it is good for you to know that you will all be carrying some energy around this, around feeling perhaps at times you are just not seen as you really are. You are seen as someone who is perhaps doing things you are not, that you are falsely accused, blamed, judged, perhaps judged for things that you just cannot help. Perhaps you have had something going on in your life and have not been able to be there for someone you love. And the person you love has not been able to understand this. Perhaps you have been, in some way or another, attacked psychically, had a problem with your energy, and other people have misinterpreted this as you being a problem, when actually you are not doing anything, but you have simply had some energy that has affected you, that has made you seem like your energy is a bit off. But what I do see is misunderstandings are very common on earth, especially when people are very caught up in themselves, their own lives, their own problems. They are not able to see what is going on for someone else, what the person is really trying to say, what is perhaps affecting the other person. And for this reason, when these periods come as well, there can be a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding, that people can feel sorry for perhaps misjudging others, that you may feel sorry for how you have seen others to be, when really they were struggling with things, things that really you were not able to see at the time. So I am saying all this out loud because I do see that all of you have been affected by this sort of energy. And I am also saying this because you may feel a bit angry as well, perhaps for how you have been seen by others when you have just been struggling with things that you were not able to be in control of. I also would like to say something else very clearly to all of you today, and that is just because you are beings of light, it doesn't mean that you are always seeing things clearly. It doesn't mean that you have absolute clarity over everything. So, all of you here would have at some point been, in one way or another, a causing some degree of distress to someone else because of misjudging them, but because of not seeing something clearly. So you have all been a part of this. And I want to say this out loud because I would like to really go deeper with all of you into clearing the frequency of going into a type of energy that is very judgmental, that is harsh, heavy, that can make other people feel that they are not good enough or there is something wrong with them. And equally, I would like to help all of you release this sort of energy from yourself. Perhaps you have been the target of this for a long time, but it is time now to let go of this collectively, of blaming, shaming, making people responsible as well for things they are not responsible for blaming people who are struggling a lot and perhaps seem a bit out of balance, and then in one way or another believing that they are just wrong or not right. I am also saying all this out loud because, as I say it, energy is released in all of you because you understand that you are not the only ones experiencing this. I have one more thing to say about all of this energy, that because it is time to clear this from humanity generally, collectively, for all of you, it will also mean that you will become very aware of the ways that you have affected others. So it is important to forgive yourself for this, to see yourselves also as people who have been through a lot, who have been self absorbed at times, who have gone into all different types of energies, believing sometimes it is the way to be dismissive of others, to perhaps believe that certain people are the problem in life. So it is time to really go into this, forgive yourself, and allow this energy to be released within you of seeing yourself as the problem. And as you do this, there will be a lot more light on earth, a lot more compassion, a lot of healing and wellness. I also would like to say one more thing, that some people really take this type of energy in deeply, and it can lead them to feel very bad about themselves to the degree that they no longer want to be here on earth. So it is a very destructive energy to be in one way or another labeled as bad or someone who is not worth knowing by others, particularly large groups. So it is really important for this energy to be released now in order for people to be able to heal on a much deeper level. And through this, what will happen is that people will automatically come into alignment with their higher selves. I have no more to say on this subject. I would like to speak about one more thing, and that is every single one of you here is going to make a difference for others in the lives of others. But that does not mean that when you are making a difference, you are the one who is here to save others. What you are actually doing is playing your part, having a part to play. And this is very much the way of life, the way of being on earth. that you find a way of making a difference. And through this, you grow, you learn, you become whole yourself. So it is just the way of it. So, because you are making a difference, always stay in a state where you know your place in life, that you are not the saviour of all, just because you have a gift, a talent, something you do really well that can make a difference for people. It doesn't make you better than others. It doesn't mean that you are here to save the world. It means that you are playing your part, that you are waking up, that you are really being the person you are meant to be, that you may inspire other people to be the people they are meant to be. So it is just to really keep things in the right context, so to speak. And by doing this, people do not feel that you are in any way above them just because you have woken up and are doing your part in life. And in this way, you are able to help each other. In this way, you can make a difference in each other's lives. So you do not put people on pedestals. And in the same way, you are not put on a pedestal. That you are really equals in life. That you all have something that you can give to one another. Perhaps not to everyone, but you all have something to give to life. And in this way, you are able to be helpful to each other. That it is not a one way type of energy where you are the giver and other people receive. That you all have something to give, or you all have something you can receive from others. So it is just a reminder about this. I would like you to know that the week ahead will be a good one. It won't be one where you necessarily feel really good all the time in a very high energy. It will be a balanced week, something that will feel good, where you will make progress, where you will feel stable. That is the sort of energy I see. I have no more to say. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. Wishing you a really good week ahead and much love to all of you.